Hi ho, Keegan the Vlog here. Welcome back to the channel, and it's RADWOOD season. RADWOOD 2023 Philadelphia, June 10th. We're already entered, so hopefully we will be giving this car away at the event for $2 to a subscriber when we reach 2,000 subscribers. So that is ongoing. If you're not tracking, check out the explainer video linked below and on the little card thing. So today I'm going to take you on a little tour of the RADWOOD we have here at the shop. And surrounding the shop, and you let us know in the comments what you want to see at RADWOOD Philadelphia, Subaru Park, June 10th, 2023. No particular order, here's all the RADWOOD we have at the shop. Our yard find, E28 1987 528E. Also from Jerome, this 1999 E36 318 Ti. The recently manual swapped 1991 E30 325iC. The 1980 Ferrari 308 GTSi and the 1982 DeLorean DMC 12. I think this is Steve's only rad at the moment, and it is a 1986 Renault R4. And of course, the barn find 1986 Volkswagen Jetta turbo diesel that we're giving away on this channel for $2 when we reach 2,000 subscribers. We hope to do that handoff at RADWOOD Philly if we can get there. We're at about 1,540 as of creation of this video. Check out links in the description for more information on that. This BMW 528e had been sitting in our yard for over a year when the owners of the car finally let Jerome buy it for a pretty small amount, but we really didn't know what condition it was in. We just knew it had been parked here since before we started renting the shop. There's a couple of videos on it on the channel. They will be linked probably on cards and also in the description if you want to check out what we did to this car. Spoiler alert, we did get it running. However, we think it may need a head gasket. It certainly needs transmission work. The automatic transmission, another 4HP22, just did not survive having the fluid changed. So we're going to try to revive it, but we may end up needing to do a manual swap on this car in order to get it to RADWOOD. So if you want to see this car at RADWOOD Philly, we need to know now so we can get the manual swap done and get this car roadworthy for a trip to Philadelphia. And here is Jerome's daily driver, a 1999 BMW 318 Ti E36. We're jacking it up because we can. This underwent some serious rust repairs to make this even possible. So there's a whole video on that, linking to it in the cards and in the description. But this is a great example of a well cared for and very well driven 1999 E36 318. Now, there was a 318 at RADWOOD Philly last year. However, it was pretty heavily modified, and I don't believe this was a daily driver. This was more of an autocross kind of situation going on. Very, very cool. But we did not see a normal daily driver 318 at RADWOOD Philly last year. Now, like I said, Jerome's went through a pretty extensive overhaul here on the rockers. There's a whole video on this one linked in the cards and in the description if you want to see some pretty extensive rust repair on a BMW 318 Ti. Let us know if you want to see it at RADWOOD. And here's my very first BMW, a 1991 E30 325iC. This is a convertible model. Wasn't looking for a convertible, certainly wasn't looking for an automatic, but that's what I got. And this is probably going to be the next Rad Saver car. And if you're not tracking Rad Savers, again, link in the description, link in the cards. We're saving RADWOOD that probably shouldn't be saved. And then as we reach milestones on this YouTube channel, we are selling it for a ridiculously low dollar amount. So we've already done quite a bit of work on this car, including manually swapping it. If you want to see a series of videos on manually swapping an E30, take a look. Also have kind of a summary video on the top 5 gotchas, things that I didn't know and learned the hard way when doing a manual swap on an E30. All in all, it's a pretty straightforward project if you know what you're doing and you have the right parts. Just finding the right parts is the key there. This one's already entered in RADWOOD Philly 2023, but if you don't want to see it and you'd rather see something else, let us know in the comments. And we do have some RADWOOD royalty hanging around the shop. This is my 1980 Ferrari 308 GTSi. finished in Pinot Verde. Beautiful color. Didn't even know this color existed on Ferraris until I saw this one. Agreed to purchase it almost immediately upon seeing it. Brought it back to the shop as a non-runner and spent some time with it, working out some gremlins with an electrical system. It was a third-party alarm system that not the previous owner, but the one before that had installed. And we got that working, but the car had sat long enough that the fuel system had to be gone through. So we did manage to get all that worked out, and driving in this car made it to RADWOOD Philly last year. Before we took it to RADWOOD Philly, though, we did some other fairly extensive work on it. We did the timing belts, the whole belt service. We did do all of the coolant hoses and the coolant pipes that are underneath the intake, so we had to take the intake off. That was a chore. But this car has been pretty reliable since we got it running. No issues with it. Even took it as far as Kentucky to a Triumph 6-pack rally last summer. That was a lot of fun. Lots of videos about this car on the channel. Going to link to some playlists, some videos, also some stuff in the description. Hey, leave a comment if you would like to see this one again at RADWOOD Philly this year. And here's my 1982 DeLorean. Now, I've had this car since 2003. I actually bought it from another YouTuber, Casey Putsch, from Tiffin, Ohio. It's an Ohio car. It's rusty on the bottom. But this car has been licensed, registered, and on the road since, I want to say, the late 1990s. Don't know if it sat before that, but it was Casey's daily driver. I never daily drove it. It has been on the road for almost 20 years now under my watch. It does need quite a bit of work. We have heard it a little bit at the shop. There was the clutch job that resulted in penetrating the water jacket. There is a lot of frame rust going on down here at the back. The front has been replaced. The engine cradle has been worked on. Frame is kind of a Franken-frame at the moment, but it's pretty good for a driver quality DeLorean. So currently the entire front is disassembled from the car. So if you want to see this car at RADWOOD, we need to know now so we can put it back together. Got into this project while the hood was off. The current place where it's being stored, they were going to try to tackle doing the A-pillar covers, and that meant that the windscreen had to come out. They took the hood off, and they couldn't find a glass person to come out and do the job. So the fascia is in my office at my house. I have been sanding on it, trying to get it prepped for paint, and needs to be put back on the car, along with a lot of the other bits, including the hood. So if you want to see a driver quality DeLorean at RADWOOD Philly, let us know in the comments. And here we have Steve's entry into the RADWOOD category. Steve is into the obscure French cars. And this one was made in 1986, so this one counts. It is a 1986 Renault R4. These are all very quirky, but it's really hard to believe that this car was built in 1986. It just seems so much older than that. But this one is in really good shape. Will definitely make the trip to Philly. And you can see it's very much like the Citroëns with the gear shift up high on the dashboard. Very, very strange little car. But they all kind of are. This one would be a cool one to see at RADWOOD Philly. Just let us know in the comments if you want us to bring a Renault R4 to RADWOOD. I know it doesn't look like it was built in 1986, but it was. This counts. This is RADWOOD. It's French RADWOOD. I got to drive this one once. It was the day that Steve picked up, or actually had delivered, his 1986 Skoda. This would have been really cool to bring to RADWOOD as well, but unfortunately this one is sold and is off to its new owner. So Steve is down to one qualifying vehicle for RADWOOD Philly 2023. And of course the 1986 Volkswagen Jetta Turbo Diesel. This is the first Rad Saver car. This was a barn find that we got in the spring of 2021, and it needed a lot of work, and we did a lot of work to it. So what we're doing with this car is giving it away. I say giving it away. We're selling it for $2 on this channel to a subscriber when we reach 2,000 subscribers. We're close. We're like 1,540 something as of filming this video. So hopefully we get to that 2,000 mark before RADWOOD Philly. It would be really cool to do the handoff at RADWOOD Philly. but we will keep going if we need to. And if you want a chance to buy this car for $2, head on over to the YouTube channel, subscribe, and fill out the form at Mark2, that's mk2.tr3wrench.com. And as you can see, we've done quite an extensive amount of work on this car. The head came off, we had to replace the valve seals, the guides, we did timing belt, we did all the other belts, we did brakes, we rebuilt the turbo, we fixed some rust holes in the door. We didn't repaint it, but we did paint the sections that we put Bondo on. So the actual paint on this car came back pretty well. It's not perfect, it's a barn find, and it's a $2 car. So it's really, really good for what it is, and we think it's a cool first car for this Rad Savers project. A 1986 Volkswagen turbo diesel Jetta. This one's definitely going to Radwood, so it was there last year, but hopefully we'll be giving it away to its new owner at the Radwood event. Okay, honorable mention to the 1986 Dodge D150 dump truck. Yes, I have a rad dump truck. Now, this was a farm truck that I found for sale on eBay about 10 years ago and paid $800 for it. I didn't have high expectations for this truck, but it has been a workhorse for us for the last few years here at the shop. Towing vehicles, picking up vehicles, obviously doing dump runs because it's a dump truck. I use it personally for, doing mulch in my house or any sort of supplies like that. We did a renovation, and this was the takeaway vehicle. We didn't have to have a dumpster because they just threw stuff in the back of the truck. And when it got full, I would drive it to the top of the junk pile, and it's made an appearance in a bunch of the videos here. It was what we used to go pick up the Graphotype dog tag machine. You can see it in that video. We've used it to retrieve several of our vehicles, including the barn find Rad Saver Volkswagen that you were going to be seeing at RADWOOD Philly. So maybe there's some of you out there that would like to see this 1986 Dodge Ram D150 with a dump bed at RADWOOD Philly. Let us know in the comments. All right, folks, that's going to do it. That is my current RADWOOD collection. Let me know in the comments which ones you want to see. June 10th, Subaru Park, Philadelphia, 2023. It is RADWOOD Philly. So come out and check it out. Hopefully, we will have enough subscribers, 2,000 subscribers, to do the selection on who gets to buy this 1986 Volkswagen for $2 and do the handoff at RADWOOD Philly. That would be epic. So tell all your friends, anybody you think might want a Mark II Volkswagen Jetta turbo diesel for $2 when we reach 2,000 subscribers. Go subscribe to the channel at TR3Wrench. Fill out the form at Mark2, that's mk2.tr3wrench.com for your chance, or your friend's chance, or anyone's chance, to win to buy this car for $2. 1,546 as of filming this morning, Saturday morning, and thanks for watching. See you at RADWOOD Philly.